So this is a video I never thought I would be filming, but here we are, I guess. It's gonna be a story time video, which you can probably guess by the title, and I'm gonna tell you a story about how I got scammed slash how I unknowingly got involved into a scam. And this is actually a very recent thing that happened. It happened last month or this month, I guess, and yeah, I just thought I would tell you my story and kind of warn you, because this is something that could happen to literally everyone. It happened to quite a few of us, which we didn't expect, and I had no idea this kind of things are going on in the world or, in London. But yeah, let's just start with the story, I guess. So you may or may not know, if you've been watching my recent vlogs, that I got a freelance part-time job as a studio assistant in like a studio where bloggers were supposed to come in and have their photos taken by a photographer and have all these Instagrammable surfaces available to them and all these products that they could take home and test out and talk about on their social media and stuff. So how it happened was, I was a part of this blogger network, I guess. I signed up once, I never worked with them, but one day I got an email from that network saying that they are working on another project and that they are looking for someone who knows how to do social media and knows how to take photos for Instagram and stuff like that. So I replied saying that I'm interested, because I mean, who wouldn't want to spend their days taking photos for Instagram, right? So yeah, I applied, and then I got invited in for an interview, and I went to an interview, and it was the weirdest interview I've ever had. I mean, I've had, a few interviews in my life, and I wouldn't say any of them were like a disaster. They were always alright or, great. Despite me not getting a job at the end of them, but I don't have any like terrible interview memories, I guess, or experiences. But this interview was a bit strange. First of all, it lasted for literally 3 minutes, which was just like, what? I was literally asked what I do. And I talked about like all my like freelance projects and stuff that I'm doing, and I was asked if I know how to take photos, and I said that I wasn't a professional photographer, but that I like to think that I know how to take a good shot, because I've been blogging for 5 years and posting stuff on Instagram, and I don't think my photos are atrocious. So yeah, that's pretty much how the interview went. And the person who was interviewing me, her face was expressionless. Like, I couldn't read her, and that's something that never happens to me because I'm quite good at figuring out people. It's just that I have this very annoying habit of me ignoring like the first impressions and my intuition and giving people a chance, which I have now learned that I probably shouldn't be doing anymore, because it has led me to a lot of not so great experiences. But yeah, that person was basically expressionless. I've never met a person like that before, and she didn't smile once. She like literally had no expression on her face. So I was feeling very strange when I left the interview, and I was 100% sure that I wasn't gonna be hired, because I was convinced that this person obviously didn't like me. So I went home and that was it. But then a couple of weeks later, I got an email from her saying that she would like me to come in for a trial. She told me that my job would pretty much be to organize the place, put everything out of the boxes, like all the products for the bloggers, to like greet guests and to take photos of the products, as well as help the photographer take like outfit photos and stuff of the bloggers in case she's too busy. So I was a little bit surprised that I was called back, but I thought, you know, why not? It sounded like a really cool job, and you know, I could use another freelance project because living in London is very expensive. So I went in for a trial, and it was all nice and dandy. I was there with another studio assistant who was also on trial, and there was also a photographer, and obviously this person that interviewed me, who was the boss. Now the first thing that was really weird was that the boss, you know, I was there for a trial, but the boss wasn't present apart from like in the first 3 minutes. She basically just left, and we were there all day long, all by ourselves. So I mean, to me, like, it felt great because I'm like very nervous in situations where I'm being like evaluated. So I had a great time that Friday on a trial. I think everything was like working smoothly, but at the same time it was very strange. And every single person who was there, the other assistant, the photographer, the bloggers who came in, we were all like chatting and just basically wondering how the owner was basically able to fund this project or like a business, because it just didn't really seem logical. Because everything was like, you know, free, and then she was supposed to like pay us and everything. So we all thought that it was a little bit strange. And again, the boss, she was still very expressionless, so that was weird. But yeah, I was there on a trial one day, and at the end of the day, me and the other assistant, we were told that we are hired and that we should come back 2 weeks later to, you know, like actually work there. So 2 weeks later, we came in, everything was kind of like the same. The only difference being that the boss was in the room with us and working on her computer, but we already knew what we were doing, you know, from our previous experience. So everything ran smoothly. Again, I had a great time, and then I went home, and my job also involved sending the boss like the list of brands and bloggers that like would be great to like have in the studio. So I did that right before going on holidays. I emailed her like all the pictures that I took while I was in the studio of like the products, you know, all the flat lays, and that was pretty much it. Then obviously the holidays started, so I didn't really think about that. I was just told that I was going to be sent an email a couple of weeks prior to like the next session, and that I'll also be getting a schedule for when I work, you know, in like the following month, so that I can organize myself and stuff, which was all great. But then when I came back from the holidays, I still didn't receive any emails, and it was a little bit weird because I was on holiday until like the 11th of January, so mid-January, and even if the sessions were like 2 weeks apart like before, I was supposed to have, you know, a session coming up at the end of the week after I came back from the holiday, and yeah, I didn't get any email. I emailed her if, you know, she has any details on when we are supposed to be working and stuff, and I didn't get a response. And then the other assistant also emailed me saying, hey, have you heard from like, you know, this boss person, whatever. I haven't received any replies from her, yada yada yada. So obviously she didn't receive any replies either. So that was like the first red flag, I guess, for me. And I knew something weird was going on. And then funnily enough, literally a couple of hours later, I get this email from a person, like a random person. Like the email literally said, hey, sorry, this is like out of the blue, but how are you linked with the studio, you know? And I thought that was a little bit strange. I replied to the email, and I haven't heard back from that person, which I'm actually really annoyed about. But yeah, then me and the other assistant started researching things, obviously, and we discovered that the Instagram page for the studio disappeared, the website was no longer active, the website for the blogger network you know, that I talked about at the beginning of this video, that website was down as well. So everything basically just disappeared. And then we also got in touch with the photographer who worked there, and she also told us that she doesn't have any information on it, that she sent the boss an invoice and it didn't get paid. And then she did some research and discovered that the company's name that she was given was like a cleaning service in Nigeria or something like that. And everything just started to become really fishy. So obviously the whole thing was a scam. None of us got paid. None of us now has like a freelance income that we were counting on, which is obviously very annoying, but I'm trying to be positive. At least the only thing I lost technically was my time. Luckily I, you know, wasn't like stolen money and stuff, which we have also later found out after talking to the bloggers that were also involved, you know, that came to the studio, because the companies that sent in the products for the bloggers, apparently they also paid a whole lot of money to this boss, because the boss promised them that the products are gonna be featured on this blogger's social media, and all these bloggers that came in, they all had pretty big followings. So yeah, she basically tricked the companies. I think that's how she earned the money to kind of create this setup and I guess scam everyone at the end of the day. And you know, obviously the companies got scammed as well. So I feel really bad for the brands, because the brands actually had their money stolen from them, you know, and didn't receive what they were supposed to receive, I guess, from it. So yeah, that's basically the story. We all got scammed. The person disappeared, all the websites disappeared. Also, we tried googling the name of the boss and nothing came up, so obviously her name was fake as well, we think. And yeah, that's how I got involved in a freaking scam, which I never thought that would happen to me, you know? You always hear about this stories of people being scammed, but they usually happen online, and they happen to people who, you know, do the stupidest thing, and you just think, I mean, obviously it happened, you know? But yeah, I never thought it would happen to me, and not in, you know, real life like that. I mean, it just goes to show you how unlucky I am when it comes to jobs and stuff, because something always goes wrong. And all my friends and like family are, you know, now just saying that I seriously have a magnet on myself for like shitty, negative people and like companies that just come at me, take advantage of me and like throw me away. And that's literally how it goes. Like ever since I moved to London, I've experienced things like this on a daily basis. It all started with my terrible au pair job, which I will, I think, talk about soon, because that would be another great and entertaining, but also a little bit depressing story time video. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why I'm attracting this kind of people into my life. Like, I hope this was the last time, because I'm not sure I can take it anymore. But yeah, I thought I would share this story with you just to kind of warn you to be careful and like triple check everything before you accept any offers and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to this little story of mine. I certainly didn't enjoy living it, but you know, things happen and we learn from them, I guess. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I don't know, maybe share it with your friends so that they know what kind of things are going on in the blogging world as well. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with my future videos. But that was it for today, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!